Hey everyone! Today we are going to play a solo adventure, and that means a solo adventure. I found these on the DM's Guild. I'm playing these because I'm bored. And I wanted to try them out. So these solo adventures are written with the intention of no dungeon master and only one player, so I'll be taking both roles. The solo adventure is called The Death Knight Squire. It's written by Paul Bilmer, I see, and you can buy it on the DM's Guild. If people like it, please do. What you also might have noticed here on the screen is the big ass dragon on here. So the other thing is that I bought Mr. Rex, another D&D YouTuber, made some custom monster race classes, and I bought the PDF for that. And I was curious how that would work out, because this is supposed to be balanced just as much as any player any normal class, but you play a dragon representing a young dragon. And when you hit like level 20, you would be an adult dragon. And I do one, and why I'm playing it here? Well, yeah, I really wanted to know how it would play, because it's pretty damn cool and you get to play a dragon. And most DMs wouldn't allow you to play a dragon, so might as well just do it in this solo adventure, right? So I'll look real quick and show you things. Here you have my character sheet, because this adventure is written for level 2. I used Point Buy to build my stats up, and the dragon has multiple, ASI bumps during levels and maximum increases, and so I had a +1 on everything, and that is how I built this dragon. The adventure does not have death saving throws, so if I go to 0 hit points, I'm dead. In turn of that, what they advise you is to always give yourself max hit points. So the dragon has a D12, +2 constitution becomes 14 plus 14, 28 hit points. The dragon starts with 150 gold standard, and I use that to buy 2 healing potions, traveler's clothes because I can polymorph into a human form, and a mace that I can use so I can fight in the human form or protect myself in some way, because I lose my bite and claw abilities and my ability to fly and my natural AC. So when I'm polymorphed, I have an AC of 10. You do not get any proficiencies with armors or anything, so yeah, I have to wear normal clothes because else my dragon is gonna run around naked. So yeah, now you have seen a bit of my sheet of what I can do and everything. So I will move this to the other page. Now, the backstory of this adventure is that it is, I by the way chose to be a silver dragon because those are the coolest dragons, or at least I think they're the coolest dragons. So the backstory of this entire ordeal is that it is in the Forgotten Realms. You're at the town of Orobar, if I pronounced it correctly, and it is deep winter. It's very cold, and you've traveled for quite a while. And a noble family went on a trip with their son. While you are relaxing at the tavern, you discover these nobles, and you hear that they encountered a very large knight named the Death Knight, who, I hope it's not an actual Death Knight, because then I have no idea how to do that at level 2. But they they got overpowered, and then their son got kidnapped by the Death Knight to be his new squire. You as my character as at that point polymorphed dragon offered to help them out, seeing the sadness and the injustice of these two parents leaving their son. Did make one mistake though when I said the recap. They're named Lady and Lord Brumont. It's not their son, it's their grandchild. They call it their son because they raised it, because it was the son of their dying daughter. As we travel onward, they promised me 2,000 gold pieces to retrieve their son, which is a very hefty reward, which our dragon, Zagan, will certainly go on the quest route. Dragons love gold, although probably Zagan would convert it into silver. I do have some water here with me, so because I have to talk a lot and I have to read a lot. I am dyslexic, so this is gonna be one hell of a ride. At the dawn the next day, following the few scraps of information you have, you saddle your horse and ride to the outskirts of town. The townsfolk pay you little mind as you go, casting you to an occasional glance. The journey to Weathercoat Wood lies due east, but it is no short ride. The captain of the guard tells you that the Death Knight has always been seen in small patches of wood that jut out from the western side of the Weathercoat, like a wart on a giant's nose. By midday you reach a sign which tells you have another 15 miles to go. You should make it there by nightfall. Not far past the sign is a small inn and tavern, and an old man sits on the chair in the afternoon sun and raises a tankard of ale as you pass. Now, I didn't actually take a horse, I just walked out of the town and from safe distance transformed into a dragon and flew that way, but that is about the same speed as a horse. Now, we are at the tavern. Last drink. For many miles, the old man calls you. Come sit, I'll buy you an ale. So here I have the text and I get to choose which of the choices I make. Do you accept the old man's invitation? If so, go to entry Brewski. If you are mindful of the time and choose to ride on, enter keep going. In this case, I will keep going due to the fact that, well, there is a child's life on the line, and we do not know what the Death Knight is planning. So I'll click it, and then I'll get automatically transported to a different page part. It's a very good PDF in that regards. Gonna take a quick breather. It is late when you finally reach the Weathercoat Woods, some 55 miles east of Orbar. There on the wood edge you camp and let your horse run free. You won't be needing him for a while. Weathercoat Wood is thick, the foil is dense, towering walls of green, and in there somewhere, if the information you have is to be trusted, is the boy Derek Brumont. You settle down in your bedroll, the embers of your fire keeping you warm well into the night. After a full day riding, it doesn't take long for you to fall into a deep slumber. The sound of a nearby river lulling you to sleep. You wake just before dawn, fully rested, but a noise instantly puts you on guard. From somewhere nearby comes a wet, slavering sound. Quickly you pick up your weapon and move forward stealthily. When you are just 100 or so feet away, whatever is lurking catches your scent, and you hear it running quickly away. Only dim starlight shows any detail, and all you can see is darkened, shaped, moving through the night, towards the woods. Alright, having toes. I do not have a ranged weapon, so I do have to take the other option. If you have a ranged weapon, if so, and you wish to attack using it, go to entry, shoot after. If not, go to entry, dead Nelly. Alright, let's see what dead Nelly does. Alright, different page again. Where's that? Ah, yeah, there. You walk forward to where the beast had been before, making all the noise that woke you. There, twisting in its deadly throes, is the horse you rode from Orbal. Gritting your teeth in anger, you take out your weapon and quickly put the poor beast out of its misery. The first rays of dawn begin to creep into the sky. With a sign of resignation, you wipe the horse blood from your weapon and begin to trek towards the wood's edge. The morning is peaceful in contrast to the savagery you have just witnessed, and a chorus of birds greets the dawn with calls that echo off the low hills of the surrounding landscapes. As you wear the weather-cropped woods and you see down the single path that leads into the depths, you see that little light seem to penetrate in through the canopy. Night still hides beneath the mossy broads and the dark. Green vines that treat the ancient trees together. You step onto the path and you enter weather-caught woods. You know whose fate awaits you within these shadowed depths. Go to till page 1, that is this page. So we're officially on the map. Let's see, I'll click it then. You move your token on the bottom grid square on the till page, or you place your roll on the square adjacent to the tile you have just come from. You must move ahead deeper into the woods, and it almost seems as if the trees themselves are watching your progress. Indeed, as you go on, you really do get the feeling that you are being watched. Let's see, options that we have. You can move with stealth, making a stealth check. On a success, add a 10 to any D100 chance rolls that you make on this till page. And you can, I'd say my dragon would not check for traps, but it would attempt to be stealthy, even though we're horrible at it probably. Let's see, stealth. Yeah, we failed that horribly. A large ass dragon, yeah, that's not gonna be stealthy. You can check for traps unless there's a, no, we're not gonna do it. When you are ready, move your token through the map in the direction you desire. When you reach a square adjacent to the green transition, go to. Right, we have to, as we come closer, we come to the green thing, and then we have to go to extensories. Let's see what'll happen. Pause for a second, thinking you heard something, but no, it was just some birds flapping out of cover. You watch it rise into the canopy and then look around at the three paths that lead to off-roads. Choose one. Go back to the till page. So my character has no idea what the right choice is. So what I tend to do with this is that I just roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, straight to number 5. So I have here all these pages prepared, and I think this one should. Yeah, recto, we are here. Click that. I'm just trying to figure out how this works because I'm improvising here at the spot. Because we were here. And 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, yeah. This is 1, 2, 3, 5. And yeah, this one goes like this one goes like this. And this one should be going. Yeah, I should be on the right one here. Let's see, till page 4. Alright. Place your token on the square below. The woods become even deeper and sounds go out of the air. There are no birds here, or something has frightened them into silence. It is hard even to tell what time of day it is deep in the forest. Across the path you see a trail of footprints, leading from the right to the left. Oh yeah. They lead back into the forest where it becomes very dense, however there is no sign of foliage. Being disturbed even through the footprints look relatively fresh. They could have been made recently as last night. On the track ahead, you can see that this path eventually bends to the right. And on the corner, there appears to be an entrance to a cave. I think I did go on the wrong one. Yeah, this is the right one. So yeah, we are a bit squeezed here, so what we'll do while exploring is we'll change forms to our normal form. Alright, here we have options. Moving stealthily, make a stealth check. No, we are not going to do that because of the fact that we've already rolled a stealth here and our character doesn't know that we suck at stealth right now. Checking for traps, go to enter the deep pool. We won't check for traps yet because of the simple reason that we don't know that there are traps yet. And dragons, even if they're good-hearted, are still a bit of arrogant beings. And I won't check for traps yet until the first trap is triggered. We call that learning from our mistakes. Let's when you are ready, move your token through the map into the direction you desire. To investigate the mossy log, to the left go to the mossy log. When you reach the squire adjacent to the green marker, go to the I've been looking on the wrong page. Alright, now it confuses me because this one thingamajigs, but that one is wrong because that one is connected to this one. So it should be this one. Yeah, I'm new at this too, everyone. Check through the rock pile. Yeah, here we have the right one. We're gonna check the rock pile. Yeah, I read it wrong now. Let's see what is in the rock pile. You approach the rock pile and give it a bit of a poke. It seems fairly innocuous, but you don't want anything leaping out at you in a hurry. When you back is turned, you jab it warily with your weapon. Nope, a thoroughly ordinary pile of rocks. You see a small spider quickly scurrying across the rocks and disappear within the cracks into hiding. Alright, we check. Now we're going to check the red tree. So we move a bit closer here into our yeoman form. I have to make sure to drink enough while doing this. This tree seems very out of place here. You walk off the left side of the path and make your way towards it. It sits across from all the other trees and you reach it. You realize it is a lot bigger than it actually looks from the path. You stand before the tree looking up at its height. Apart from its color, it doesn't appear to be especially significant. What would you like to do? So let's see, we have options. Are you a paladin? Nope. Climb the red tree, go entry, take some leaves from the tree to go to the leaves. Take a branch of the tree to go to the area. I do know how to cast detect magic. It's one of my abilities. Let me check for the certainty. Let's see. We have an at-will ability on this class. I thought it was either identify or detect magic, but I'm not sure anymore. Detect magic at will. Magical body. Yes. We will use the detect magic. No, we will not deduce one spell slot. You close your eyes and into the tree, intone the spell, trying to discern the nature of the tree, and it has any magical potency. After some time, discern that there is a kind of magical endowment from it. A wild magic, although it is impossible to discover exactly the nature of that magic, you feel that it is definitely benevolent and very potent too. We're not gonna, you know what? We're going to fly over the tree and make a good. We're going to change into a normal form. Whoop. And we're going to fly to the top of the tree. You scurry up the tree branches. You were born for this sort of thing, and you are soon at the top, looking at over the canopy of the weather cone. There is not a lot to see. The canopy appears to be unbroken. However, the north and slightly west of you, you can see some rocks outcropping potence above the green swaddle. You return to the ground and are standing at the base of the tree. I don't want to take a branch if I don't know what it does. So, no, we won't. Wait, what? Dragons love magical items. Let's see. 50% chance that I'll take it. 1 tool, he'll take it. No, won't take it. We'll rejoin the path. Oh. Leaving the red tree, you walk back to the forest. Your mind fixed on the quest slowly behind, even falling around you. Alright, till page. Back on normal, we'll change into our smaller selves again. With the AC of 10. Place your turn. We'll reach the here then as we progress, and we have the nasty turn. Let's see what happened here. Well, D100 at 10 if you are successful in an earlier stealth check. No, we are not. So 1D100. Let's see what'll happen. 64. If you score a 51 or above, go to a note to whisper. Alright? You move cautiously along the path, watching all the sides for movement or anything out of the ordinary. But this part of the wood seems unusually quiet. The path turns right, then back towards the north again. Ahead of you, you see that the path continues. Is that a junction up ahead? Return to... Alright. We progress further on ahead. Just so everyone knows, it takes an action to turn back into, Alright, we're here. Till page 8. I think I'm now getting the hang of this. I hope. It feels as if you have been in this wood for an age. Now the dim light of the evening has fallen and darkness creeps back under the bird of the weather-cut woods. You have reached a four-way junction. You scout around and just off the path find several places that would be suitable for a camp. Your bones ache after a long day and your stomach rumbles. No, we will not do a stealth check. Won't check for traps. There's a hole here as we entered. That we want to check out. Let's see. I think I made a boo-boo. Misclicked something, but I can find till page 8 pretty easily. Yeah, we'll do it again. South path. Alright, yeah. I did do it good, I just forgot the name of the thingamajig. Tucked back into the trees, you see a large alligator hole in the ground, like a gash, as if some huge beast has literally ripped earth asunder. You edge for it and peer down. Who knows what lurks down there? A part of you is screaming to back away, but your adventurer self always wants to know what's around the next corner. Who in the round? Are you stuck in trade? You lower yourself down into the black chasm. Go into to entry's foothold. You carefully climb down there. It is a drop of about 15 feet or so, but you use several rocky crags to make it descent a bit easier. Reaching the bottom, you see a passage of sorts, more a kind of winding burrow extended ahead. You begin to make your way slowly down it. Outside it was nearing evening, and thus inside here it grows dark. But ahead you see a source of light. To head towards the light source, go to... Yeah, we'll go towards the light source. Slowly and deliberately, you edge forward, rounding a corner. It appears you are in an old mine of sorts. There's mining equipment here, and there, but it has been worn, rusted, unused for a long time. However, ahead, fire burns in a brazier, suggested this place has been recently inhabited. The brazier throws warmth and light throughout this small cavern. You search further around the walls and find a small residence which contains a number of interesting items. Very interesting items. There is a chest, securely locked, a small stash of scrolls and books, and non-script piles of sorts of items. Silver goblets, yay. Shattered semi-valuable jewelry, paintings leant against the wall, a quick leaf through the scrolls searching for more information reveals maps of the area scrolling over with all sorts of markings. Making your way, many of which you don't understand. It all clicks into place. You have stumbled upon a thieves' den. You feel a sudden mix of elation at finding all this loot and aspiration at being caught, fancies of being caught in here. I am not a rogue. Yeah, we'll try and open the chest. I will check for traps this time. Investigation. Yeah, we found no trap. Let's see. If you hear something opening, you will need thieves that contain the entries or souls. If you do not have thieves, so you may search for clues among the pile of books. Go ahead and yeah, we can even first check for traps, see what happens. Yeah, DC 17. We definitely failed. You make what you think of its pretty thorough search, but cannot find any booby trap on the chest. If you want to try and open the chest, go to picklock. If you would rather try something else, go to the light. Yeah, now we will try and search for clues. You flick through the pages of the book, shattering there, and in one book you find a very pleasant surprise. The inside has been hollowed out, and inside is a small pouch. You open it up and contains gems. You are no jeweler, but you recognize 3 pieces of jade, 2 large pearls, and 1 transient deep blue gem. A blue spinal. You know this is worth quite a lot. Quickly you pocket the gems and glacier around nervously. The jade and pearl on each, and the blue spine's worth. Ah, that's actually whoa, that's a lot. Actually have to add that. This adventure is getting me rich. This will come in handy if you ever get out of this godforsaken wood. You pocket them quickly and mind your racing as you think of all the things you could buy with the money from these gems. Attempt to open chest, go to open chest. So I don't have thief tools, but I could attempt to just break open the chest. Or at least I think I should be. Oh, there's no check to it, so no. I'd say then that I couldn't do it. Alright, trying to find my way back to the right one. Oh, we found our clues. Yeah, leave cave. Mindful of time, you leave the little alcove, move quickly, and make a leave to abandon mine. Status check. How many things did you do while in the alcove? Alright, we're back. Then we have our main camp here. Only a likely camp. Let's see. You set up two potential camp areas just off the track. One to the northwest corner, or the adjunction, and one to the northeast corner. You feel absolutely dog tired in your bones, and you know that if you don't rest now, the rest of your mission would become increasingly difficult. You made to make a camp and try to get as much rest. To make the camp to the north, you go to the north, you know what? I like this one more. There you go. Alright, northeast camp. Northeast camp is a large hollow tree. You hurl your bedroll inside it. Take this opportunity to eat provisions. If you cannot, you should be able to last another day without feeling the effects of exhaustion. You lie down and quickly fall asleep to the gentle wind whispers throughout the canopy. Night. You awaken in the early hours of the morning, feeling very refreshed. Recovered one hit die. See the rules of 5e, blah 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 blah. You make your way back out of the pathway and consider returning to take your return till page 8. Alright. So yeah, we have to choose a direction. You don't know which direction, so same story. There you go, 2. We're going to 7. A river treads through this part of the Weathercon woods. Ahead you see the path bend sharply to the right, and on the north side of the path sits a rock outcropping on the front of which the entrance to a cave. Peering inside from across the river, you see that it is extended in a long way. Exploring this cave is going to require you to cross the stream. Also a busy torrent, about 15 feet wide, rushing from east to west, filling the forest with the sound of rushing water. So, 15 foot. I have 15 strength. In wrong jump, I can actually make it to the other side without any problems. Hey man, rules is written. When you are ready, move your token to the direction you desire to approach the investigation cave stream. You peer into the black cave entrance that gapes at you from the other side of the river. The area around the entrance is interesting. It appears to be surrounded with distorted pottery and other Image. Perhaps there was a settlement here once. A tribal society once roamed this area freely in prehistory. Now the caves appeared abandoned and its black mouth forbidden. The stream appears to be calm, but glances at its depth, which you is move quickly, swiftly. It might take a bit of effort to cross. You may take the opportunity to reveal your water skin if need be. Stream crossed. The stream is deeper than it looks, and it reaches you up to your chest. At its deepest part, you lift your pack above your head to keep your provisions dry and push forward. Several times, slipping on moisy rocks underfoot, but finally it gets shallower, and you soon are through the worst. Your deep head down and drink deeply of the fresh, cold stream water. You feel revigorated from this short dip and quench your thirst. You plop down on the opposite bank to catch your breath. You get your bearings as you look back to the shore and you came from and slowly turn to look at the cave around. Cave mount and cave entrance. You cautiously step inside the cave entrance feeling cool, and we have to go to submap 1 till page. Yeah, I think it's this one. Probably start here. So yeah, I cannot turn into my dragon form here unless I want to be squeezed. Which I'm not sure is an improvement or a downgrade. Will we use stealth this time? Yeah. And we succeeded on the DC. You enter the cave and move slowly within. Your steps raise the little puffs of dust as you proceed deeper within the rock. Ahead of you, you see the tunnel bend to the right. Moving with stealth DC-10. Check for traps. No. If you want to simply continue down the tunnel without checking for traps, go to move within. You move further within down the silent passage. Sound of the river fading behind you. The passage turns to the right and continues for some way. Ahead of you, you can see it opens into a cavern continuously across. Alright, next submap. So it's this here. Oh yeah, here we have realm. This large cavern contains little exploits, little except a large pile of bones and partially decomposed corpses in the center. You cover your mouth and nose, the smell is horrendous. Shaking your head, you move closer to the piles and see skeletons of adults, children. What happened to these poor souls? Why did they die here? Were they not able to leave? Then you notice scrawling on the walls of the cavern is an unknown substance. You shudder to think what a single word: north. Your stealth check from earlier covers this cavern too. You do quickly visually assessment and determine that it is unlikely there are traps here. When you are ready, go enter deep cave. Now I wonder what deep cave is. You ponder the fate of these poor souls whose bones lay in a pile in the middle of the floor. Why did they not leave? After reasoning it through, you decide that the only reason must be that they were trapped in here somehow. But by what? The river? The river? What sort? And did they come to? Stuck here in the cave, you shake your head in disbelief and horror. To search the bone file, make a DC 10 investigation check. Alright, we'll do that. Filled it. Cave clues. You have scavenged around there. There where people were at the time. Lots of people. You find rings, semi-precious jewelry to the value of 10 gold pieces if you want to take it, and a few silver pieces. Here and there, 17 total. Yeah, we will take them. We're still a dragon. 17 silver pieces. You also find disturbingly a child wooden toy soldier, but nothing of any real value. If you may take a short rest here if you wish, regaining 1 hit die. When you are done here, you may leave this cave. Go to enter leave cave. Mindfully of your time, you leave a little alcove, moving quickly and make to leave the abandoned mine. Status check. How many things did you do well in the alcove? Did you do any of the 2 things? Did you only do 1 thing? If you did none of these things, then you return to the surface. Go to we tried, but we just failed. So yeah, we did both things. As you are moving back towards the entrance that leads to the surface, you hear voices. Voices speak in common, laughing uncommonly loudly, and they are getting closer. There is a harsh pile of boulders nearby to hide behind these. There, go to hide quick. Yeah, we're going to confront them, not afraid. You draw your weapons. In that case, we transform. You see that 3 darkly clad characters drop to the ground before you. An older man, a woman, and a teenage baby. They all wear hooded cloaks and their weapons are out. Also, really, traveler, the old man says. Think you can win against the 3 of us? Face it, you're outnumbered. Throw down your weapons. You realize he's right. You are covered on all sides, and their stance tells you that they are accomplished warriors. Perhaps you could get an attack in or 2, but you would fail quickly. Even a fool would see that. We're not going to surrender. We're a bloody dragon. It makes no sense that they're like, oh yeah, we're free, can take it, so we're gonna try and talk our way out of this. You should let me go, you hear yourself saying. You do not wish, do you know of the Death Knight? The 3 all look at each other. We do, the leader says, looking back at you. What of it? I'm here to put an end to him, you say, and rescue the boy he has kidnapped. There is an immediate change in their demeanor. The Death Knight squire, the female rogue hisses. What do you mean? You ask quickly. She shakes her head. He has kidnapped this boy to turn him into a squire. You've seen it before. Your eyes go wide. This has happened before. The head rogue nods. Yes, some years ago, and it didn't end well. There is an awkward silence then, after which the leader directs the boy to search you. He finds any item you might have taken. If you have the night goggles and the healing potion, the leader lets you keep these. Here, he says, and comes forward, holding out the small bottle. Holy water given to me by a cleric. It may come in handy. He gives you a slight smile. Go well, traveler. I can't let you steal from us, but if you can get rid of the woods of the Death Knight Squire, you'll be doing this land a great favor. We tried once before to infiltrate his lair. We failed. Now we do not concern ourselves with the business of ordinary folk, except to rob them. You think, but say instead thanks. The female rogue brings you something too, a hand-drawn map. We made this after we tried to enter his lair last time. You study the map. It is incomplete, but could be proven useful. You find the map at the back of the Tillbook page. You farewell the rogue and climb out of the entrance hall. Return to so yeah, I lose the ring and the silver pieces, but gain holy water. So yeah, we did this direction then. Let's just go back to till page 8. Then yeah, this is where we set up camp. So we have this option and this option. Yeah, we're going upwards. So towards 11. You move north from the adjacent and reach a shallow stream, which you easily cross. On the other side of the stream, you see a left branching path. On the corner of this path is a sign, the words worn away by the weather. It reads cemetery. An arrow points down the left path. Ahead, you see the woods open out into a field. It is beyond. Your heart lifts and a little, but then you remember poor Derek Brumont. Alright. Yes, we will move stealthily. Or attempt to. Is that actually... Yeah, we made it. Your adventuring experience tells you it is unlikely there are any traps here. There to go. There are no entries associated with this pal page. Go to the left. Go to till page 10, or go and follow the instructions there. Go to the north. Go to the... You know what? We'll check the cemetery. In our human form. Gonna drink some water first. Slowly, with weapons at the ready, you make your way into the slightly disheveled-looking cemetery. Gravestones are crooked in places, but here and there is a freshly placed flower. At the end of the cemetery, you see a large crypt, like a dome that has been cut in half. Ornate metal gates stand before the stone door. There is a plague on the outside, but it is too far away to read. With a foreboding in the pit of your stomach, you edge forward into this haven of perished souls. Move stealthily. Yeah, we'll do that again then. Because the DC is now different. Yeah, we succeed. First natural 20! Checking for traps, DC. So we'll go into there. We won't check for traps yet. So that is auto failure. Resting pieces. The cemetery is eerie and silent, and you can't help but feel a little uneasy. There is a sense of foreboding. The tall trees which surround the cemetery stand like sentinels, watching your progress through this garden of the long dead. Are you a barbarian? No. If not, go to entry softly to move through the rows of gravestones towards the tool. Okay, softly. If you have not made a stealth check, make it now DC 14. Follow directions below, depending on whether you were successful or not. If you are a barbarian, you may make a new one. If you are successful, go to quick steps. Taking care not to disturb the headstones, you creep carefully through the cemetery, reading the epitaph and trying to get a feel for this place. Here lies Rogan, a cleric of Lork. Born a peasant, lived as a saint and a hero, died a martyr. And another laid to rest eternally, Lady Rodegir of the Vale, a matriarch and a benevolent survivor by Lord Rodegir and her son Petrus. It seems this little cemetery is filled with lords, ladies, and adventurers of high distinction. Did not check for traps. To your horror, you feel the ground beginning to give away beneath your feet. Make a dexterity save, DC. Dexterity save. We failed it because it was DC 16. That is a harsh save for level 2. And it's even checked, so it's a -2. Unsuccessful corpse. You lose your balance and drop, but only a short distance. To your horror, however, you smell death. Feeling a clammy hand grab you around the chest, and a horrid crack rattle into your ears. Roll a d20, add +3. Alright, has to hit my AC. And I'm in my normal form, so yeah, that'll hit. Slam. A zombie. You know what? We're gonna drag in a zombie. So it was successful on hitting us, so that is 1d6 +1. Ooh. And that's 4 damage on us. And then we continue to zombie battle. Place a token on the map when in range. Roll initiative and do the battle with the rotten zombie. Alright. Sagan wins. Sagan is gonna increase his AC a bit by increasing his size and transforming as an action. That'll help a lot. Then it's the zombie's turn. He's not afraid of that. So he will slap the zombie. Or slap Sagan. That is a miss, so that was a good choice to transform, because else that would have been a hit. Now it's Sagan's turn, and I will use claws on the zombie. Claw, claw. That is it for 3 damage. And that is it for 5 damage, doing 8 damage in total on the zombie. Alright. Then it is the zombie's turn again. So I'm on top of the zombie as it tries to slap me, and I try to claw at it. 12 is a... Sagan will do a claw back. Both hitting for 9 damage total. I could attempt to bite it, but the double claw is better than the one bite. Zombie's turn. That is a miss. And then claw. Both. First one takes the zombie to 0, so that is undead fortitude. So DC 10. Zombie made it, is on 1 hit. The other one, let's see how it does. 3, so that's DC 8. Made it. Zombie's turn, tries to attack Sagan back. Crit Sagan, so that is effective, doing 7 damage on Sagan. Would be hilarious if a dragon dies from a bloody zombie. Alright, claw back. Both. Alright, DC 10. Yeah, zombie still up. Slam back. That's him. So Sagan goes back again. Both of them hit. And even if the zombie survives the first one, the critical hit will kill the zombie. Oh yeah. Damn, Sagan took like 11 damage from that thing. Oof. Clearly slain. At 50 XP, you'll finally lay waste to the undead creeper, but keep your wagon to hand as you turn facing the crypt. You fancy that you just hear the echo of some sort. Just like the fainted note of a song and incantation, it was too faint to tell. You notice the deadly light in the sun, getting low in the sky once more. It only feels like an hour since morning. What is going on with this woods in this, or what is going on with the time in this woods? The burden of your quest lays heavily on your mind, and you begin to feel a sense of urgency. Perhaps it's already too late to rescue Derek Brumont. You hope not. I'm not a paladin. If you move... You know what? I'm gonna drink one of my healing potions just to be sure. There you go, 7 hit points. I have enough gold now to buy more. We're gonna check this thing. I'm gonna drink something first. You walk slowly forward, primed for any surprise that might suddenly present themselves. As you're near the crypt, you see that it is ornately carved and also set into a solid plank of earth that sits behind it. It appears the crypt extends underground some way. It doesn't take a dwarf to see that. However, this was lavish in their taste. Above the door is a coat of arms with a small plate set beneath. It reads, "Together for all eternity, abiding peaceful in the rays of Anor, the family of." Where the name of this family was presumably carved now the marble has chipped away until unrecognizable. You possibly see the top of an A near the middle of what used to be the name, but that is all. You see that the gates and double stone doors are ever so slightly ajar. They appear open. Now we're going to check for traps. Perception. Nope, we didn't find any traps. You give a reasonable look over, but decide that the entrance is not booby-trapped. Gingering, you ease the gates open. The metal seems to be relatively rust-free and does not creak as you expect it would. Easing yourself within the gates, you grasp the handle of the left stone door and lean back. It swings smoothly out. We're just gonna go in. You move inside the door and into the cool silence of the crypt. A stone passage, well-paved solid rock walls extend ahead. Move token to submap 3. We're still in our dragon form just now. And for this case, we're just going to squeeze. So yeah, advantage on all attacks on us. We have disadvantage on attacks. We just had to fight a zombie, which we could not have beaten in our human form. Creeping warily forward, you peer down the passageway and see a chamber at the end. A brief inspection reveals no traps, and you move forward. Listening, watching you pervades, and all your senses heighten. You enter a large chamber, and on either side of the marble plinths, 4 in all, each topping with a coffin. The air is still and musty. There is an exit on the far side of the room, and you can see that it continues for a short way that bends to the right. Now we will not move stealthily as we are like squeezing here and we can barely fit in these rooms. I'll check for traps here as well. Traps. DC 10. Yeah, we made that. This room is silent and smells of decay. The 4 covens are well kept, true, and don't look especially old. The wood is of high quality, and amongst the musty smell there is also an aroma of laguer in the air, a sure sign of wealth. However this dead family was, they were not short of a gold piece or 2. The exit on the far side leads into an opening passage that continues to bend to the right. We are not grave robbers. we now go to the next map. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I think this is for that. Yeah. You edge forward and fancy you hear something from afar down the passage ahead. You hear a leap at the sound and you freeze, but all feels silent again. Slowly you move forward again, dripping the handle of your weapon. Moving with stealth. Yeah, we're gonna try it, but I'm gonna give myself disadvantage for this. Yeah, we didn't succeed. Alright, then we will check for traps. As you enter the passage, you check thoroughly and trap ahead. Make it easy. Yeah, I have the passage thing, so I get to roll with advantage. Yeah, we found passages and traps. You search through it, and to your great surprise and relief, you find some suspicious looking slits in the wall, and further search reveals a pressure plate in the floor. This looks like it could be a belay trap of some sorts. Carefully slip past the pressure plate and move past it towards the room beyond, which you can now see at the end of the Cyrillic rim. This room is perfectly chimneyed and unlike the last one, does not smell musty. There is a small faint smell of incense in here, and at the end of the other side of the room from here you enter, you can see an altar of some kind. Rubble is shattered across the altar and the floor at its base. To investigate this rubble, go to the look at the rubble. Look over at the altar and check out the rubble. It becomes obvious quite quickly from looking at these fragments that a holy idol of some sorts once stood here. It has been destroyed. Wondering what this could mean, or perhaps you already know, you continue to exit onto the far side tunnel vision. You hear a small sound again, much clearer than before. Someone is in pain, groaning and pleading. It sounds like a boy. You breathe silently and steady and ready your nerve and slowly move forward towards submap 5. That'll definitely be slow. Can't fit 1, 2, 3, 4. Head sticking out here. As you approach the left behind ahead, the noise becomes clearer. A low groan and underneath that growling sound. Another sound, the thick of metal, the sound of an armored feet across the stone. Then a ragged, broken voice speaking to a 2-word command. Kneel, squire. Oh, we get to make a stealth check again. No, I already failed. Let's just say that he knows I'm coming. As quietly as you can, you sidle around the corner. A diagonal passage continues ahead and opens into a room, which appears to be illuminated. You hear the voice again, little more than a growl shaped into words. Look at me, cur! Look at me! You take advantage of these words and make a few more steps, and then you have a view. into the room, what you see is he stops your heart. Seated on the large throne atop this is a gruesome-looking warrior. Even sitting down, he appears tall. You reckon his height is to be at least 7 foot, probably taller. He is armored from head to toe, although his face and part of his midriff are exposed. The armor is patched and rusty. In his hand, he holds a huge sword and is glaring at the bound figure groveling before him. This figure has their backs to you, but you notice the clothes of a noble. From his size, you judge that this teenage boy likely is Derek Brubant, which can only mean one thing. The ugly guy on the throne is the Death Knight. It looks as though you have arrived just in time. This appears to be a squiring ceremony. You feel a malevolent energy pulsing through the warrior. Watching your mind race as you carefully consider your next move. Oddly, to this right is a brazier which illuminates an unearthly blue light, casting an eerie pale over the huge warrior. Place a token to represent the Death Knight on the throne and represent you hearing the door. Represent you here and the door. Don't worry about a token for Derek just yet. Is there a door here? Yeah, no, it will be here. Yeah, I could do that without squeezing. Give it. Focus. Nothing works, ah! Ah, there. Just took some time. Well, we definitely failed that stealth. Won't choose welcome. Suddenly a Death Knight, bearing changes and looks over the head of the poor Derek and stares at you. So he booms, his rasping voice filling the chamber. You finally arrive. The great hero come to rob me of my squire, eh? There is a brief pause, and then the creature breaks into a hollow, grunting laugh which reverberates off the stone walls. Finally he recomposes himself and stands utterly prepared to die, fool! Go to critical. Roll initiative for yourself and the Death Knight. His initiative is a +1. $16. So I hope I win. No, I don't. If you want to go to initiative 1, if you're not, I don't know. As he prepares to attack, the Death Knight pauses and smiles at you, a chilling sight to behold. Then from his bony dissonant grunt a horrid laugh arise, filling the chamber and echoing all around. The air is laced with fear. Derek Brumont covered into a corner, whimpering and covering his face. Make a DC 13 wisdom save to see if the Death Knight's fear aura affects you. Let's see. No, it does not. making it easy, except the next one. If you have gray spores, eat them now. Then, still laughing, he lashes out at you with his long sword. Roll a d20. Alright, at this position, I would be around here. So I'd say as he comes closer, he would get advantage on this attack. There's d20 plus 5. Yeah, he hits. No crit, thank God. Alright, then 1d8 plus 3 for 9 damage. Thank God I took that healing potion. Alright. Derek, you yell at the builder, trying to shock him out of his frightened stance. You could do with all the help you can get now. As a free action, you may toss a dagger or short sword at Derek if you have one to spare, so he can cut himself free of his bonds. You wield your weapon and prepare your next attack. So what I will use is my movement to move out of here and not be squeezed. And that's, I'll put in the good reference number. And I get to attack now. So I will, you know what? I will claw at him. The 15 will hit with the claw, doing 4 damage on him. And then what now? Yeah, now it's just a straight up fight, I think. Because I do not have anything to help Derek right now. So his turn. Now it's not with advantage, thank God. That misses. My turn again. You know what? I'm gonna use Claw again. That's a lot. Doing 12 damage on him. Oh, that's good. And his turn again. Misses with a natural 1. Oh my God, I'm lucky. And I jinxed it. That's a miss, and the other one is a hit. Doing 6 damage on him again. Really lucky on those 4 rolls. Alright, his turn. That'll be a hit. Doing 11 damage on me. Oh, that'll hurt. So here's then the question. Do I drink my last healing potion as an action? Because if he hits, you look at the weapon he has, he'll kill me. And I need to hit minimum of twice. Now with the... Yeah. I need to do max damage, or... We're going to use the healing potion as a gamble. Yes. Got that healed up. Lost our last healing potion. Then it's his turn again to attack us. And he connects again, doing his 9 damage, so we're back at where we were. And now we are going to attempt to kill, go for the claws. That'll hit. reducing the Death Knight to 1 hit. And then the second claw hit as we kill the Death Knight, unless it has any other bullshit. Does it have any other bullshit? Alright. Oh, forgot this text though. Damn you, interloper, the Death Knight roars. You will not rob me of my squire, as these wretched robs me of my boy, so you... Quickly he moved forward and attacks once more. This longsword arching towards you, the undead warrior seems out of his mind with rage. The Death Knight is exercised on his feet, but relies on rage to give him advantage on 2 attacks per day. Roll a... I fucked up here. No, your attack. What happens when yeah, with that last attack, we were victorious as the Death Knight does go down. Death Knight is slain. You stand before over the undead corpse, twice dead now, catching your breath and taking into all that what happened the last 2 days. Do you have the stake? Derek Brumont cries from the red tree. Do you have a stake? You must pierce him through the heart. Quickly! No, we do not have it because we didn't take it with us. Looking back at the corpse of the Death Knight, you see the hand twitching just slightly. You have heard of such things before. The Death Knight cannot be killed, at least not by ordinary means. Quickly you move over to Derek Brumont and grabs his arm. Let's go, you command, and pull him to his feet. You both of you run from the chamber, leaving the crypt and cemetery behind you. Go to pursuit. Do you have a pact? With the Blood Knight of Curing Cell? No. If not, go to Uneasy Victory. Turning north at the junction that led you to the cemetery, you continue for a short while and finally Weathercoat ends and the landscape changes to wide open grassland. The sky is overcast, threatening rain and pulling poor Derek behind you. You proceed at a run to a nearby farmhouse where you steal a... No, we do not steal a horse. You reach Orbar that evening and deliver Derek to his grateful grandparents. You shall be rewarded, brave champion, Lord Brumont promised, his eyes misting over. On the morrow I shall go to the Orbar Bank and... You cut Lord Brumont off, telling him he needs to leave town immediately. Trust your advice, and at the end of the night they depart, not having time to go to Orbar Bank. Lady Brumont gives you with a necklace, telling you, sell it. I don't take anything less than 700 for it. Word spreads throughout Orbar, and your ceremony of honor is organized for you to be held on the morrow. But you slip away, wondering whether you should return to the woods to finally drive a stake through the Death Knight's heart, or simply make for Loudwater after facing the Death Knight again. Go to Spoils of the Adventure. So we got a necklace out of... We failed at taking down the Death Knight. Congratulations, worthy adventurer. You have proved more than equal to the task. You've completed the mission recurring Derek Brumont and gained valuable experience along the way. Take 400 XP for completing this mission. This should be enough to progress you to level 3 and possibly a bit further. Level up your PC and prepare yourself for the next adventure. Keep this PC character sheet and advance them to 3rd level, which is the level my next adventure will be set. At the end, check out the solo adventure Tyrant of Zetso Keep. Thank you for playing the Death Knight Squire. Until next time. Well, I fucked up a bit of the Death Knight's battle with him having advantage and everything. So, he might have actually won. Not sure. So that's my bad on that, for not reading the things properly. But I would say that this was actually a fun experience, although horrible for my voice with all the reading, and as a dyslexic, it is not the easiest thing. I hope everyone enjoyed this. Yeah, Mr. Rex class was... this adventure does not account for the fact that I was a dragon, so... With the, at the end, why the hell would we steal a horse? Yeah. Just get the gear and grab him on my back and fly away. Death Knight can't do anything. Right. So, that is about it on this. Maybe I'll do the sequel and the other ones too, because I bought it in a pack. I will do in the YouTube video below, when I get to it, I will have a link to this class where you can buy it. And I'll have a link to this adventure where you can buy it if you are interested in playing it yourself and doing a better job than I did. Bye bye.